Hello?
Hello, Patrick. Would you like to play a game?
Sure, I love games.
Good. How about we play Hangman?
Ooh, sorry. I was hoping we could play some Jeopardy. Also, I know who you are. You're on my TV screen. And P.S. the answer is Jigsaw.
Killjoy.
Greetings, Miss Piggies and Gonzos. This is Mad Hair Patrick. The Muppets have appeared all over the media, including movies, TV shows, comic books, the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and of course, even video games. There was a time where the Muppets made many Muppet video games like CD-ROM games, party games, and even racing. But there was this one Muppet video game that I remember so fondly, and I feel like it's a rare opportunity to review it for this year's Halloween. In today's Halloween episode, we're going to look over one of their PlayStation 1 games, Muppet Monster Adventure. It was originally supposed to be a Halloween movie called Muppet's Haunted House, but it never happened. So they decided to loosely adapt the movie into a video game. And that's all the research I can find about this video game. But granted, the Muppets have already made some Halloween-based projects in the original show. So, welcome to another episode of the Wonder Reviews. It's time to play the music, it's time to light the lights, it's time to get things started with Muppet Monster Adventure. It starts out with Kermit and the gang going to the castle of Honeydew, where Dr. Bunsen Honeydew's great-uncle passed away. They arrived at the spooky castle to read the uncle's will, but Robin encounters what he thinks is a monster and passes out. Dr. Honeydew, Beaker, and Pepe Le Peon wake him up and tell him that Kermit and his friends have been turned into monsters. The only way to change them back is for Robin to use his power glove on them.
I love the power glove. It's so bad.
And a backpack to store all the evil energy throughout the village. In terms of digital storytelling, this game is mostly pretty enjoyable. What makes it unique are the elements of the Muppets. It does bring out a few references to the franchise, turning the Muppets into monsters to make it into a fun monster mash like an homage to the classic monster movies like Frankenstein, the Gill-Man, Vampire, Werewolf, The Bride of Frankenstein, and The Phantom of the Opera. And there are a few funny fourth wall jokes. For example, when Honeydew revealed Robin some weapons, he said they coincidentally only works on frogs.
The backpack and glove are designed specifically for the amphibian anatomy.
Wow, what a coincidence!
If there would be one problem with the storytelling, is that the main Muppets like Kermit, Fozzie, Miss Piggy, and the rest don't really appear a lot here. They do appear in the opening and closing of the game, but they also only appear after you defeat their monster counterparts just to say congratulations. And it feels like a missed opportunity because all of the original Muppet performers reprised their roles respectively, especially Steve Whitmire and Frank Oz. The only Muppets other than Robin that appear a lot in this is Pepe. Well, that's fine since he's supposed to bring out tutorials when you talk to him, but wouldn't it make sense if the Muppets you say return to the hub for some updates or clues on how they become a monster or be a new guidance to Robin? Plus, Pepe tries to lighten up some comedy with a few puns and pop culture references, but yeah, they fall pretty flat here.
Snakes? Why did it have to be snakes? I hate these snakes, okay?
That, and Robin doesn't go through a character growth in the game, even with hints that he might be scared at the beginning. Technically, you can also include Beaker and Rizzo as recurring Muppets since Beaker unlocks hidden areas, and you have to chase Rizzo to obtain a Muppet token. And to be fair, their roles are pretty fine. I know it seems a bit unfair since it's just a PlayStation 1 game. This was before other video games nowadays now have their own stories to tell. But we're not here to focus on story, we need to focus on the gameplay. The only way I can describe the gameplay is that it's pretty much a mix between both Spyro and the Crash Bandicoot gameplays. Keep in mind, this was around when both games were still popular at the time. And this one still manages to be its own thing. You have the glove to take down enemies and activate switches, and the spin attack to beat shielded enemies and open chests. But I will say that the monster powers are one of the best parts in the gameplay. Each monster Robin turns into displays individual powers like flying, climbing, karate chopping, swimming, and pushing heavy objects, some of which hint out on what you should be prepared for when you're fighting the actual monsters. There are 3 collectibles you need throughout the game. First, there are the evil energies, star-shaped objects that are required to unlock new levels. You'll get the evil energies by defeating enemies. And the Muppet tokens to unlock boss levels and new stages of the game. They are either hidden around areas of the level, Rizzo might have already steal one, or when you complete a minigame. Another optional collectible are the Muppet coins, which you can get them once you either complete a level or already obtain an evil energy from enemies you just defeated. These coins are meant to unlock the gallery at the home screen, which we'll get into details later. The video game also includes minigames for each level. Every time you complete a minigame, you win a Muppet token. These games include racing, target practice, memory challenge, ghost catching, object breaking, and many more. And then there comes the boss battles, which are actually the highlights of the video game. Other than the opening and the closing cutscenes, these are the only times where you actually meet the Muppets in both their original and monster form. Each of them has a specific attack you have to memorize and a specific move you need to make in order to defeat them. So the gameplay is mostly basic, but you'll get some fun out of it. But it's not just the gameplay that's more interesting, the production design is also pretty good. When it comes to the production designs, it may contain some good designs, but it still has a few flaws. With the Muppet designs, they actually translate well into CGI. Although the cutscenes don't look that great, the Muppets in the gameplay are actually really nice and have some great lighting. I wouldn't consider the character animation as impressive since it doesn't have that over-the-top performance the Muppets are known for. The only times when they act all Muppety again is during the gameplay with the enemies, bosses, and when Robin starts walking around the level and morphing into monsters. I'll even say the Muppet monsters and the enemies themselves are actually really creative with their monstrous looks and remaining accurate to their respectable time periods.
Ah! So, you think you can beat me? Ah! You must be joking! Ah!
And then you have the backgrounds, which honestly looks really nice. Every 3 levels are tied together with a specific theme and monster power that Robin commonly use. They can range from a medieval castle, a winter wonderland, a murky swamp, or at times a deadly area like a graveyard or desert. The video game also incorporates some soundtrack and they're actually memorable to listen, and one of which has a Muppet version of I Will Survive. Not the hit single by Gloria Gaynor, but a different I Will Survive. It may happen where a few levels might repeat the same song, but those are pretty rare. And back onto the gallery at the main menu screen, every time you obtain a Muppet coin, you get to unlock cutscenes, concept arts, secrets, caricatures of the staff who worked on the game, audio dubbing scenes, and even Muppet fan arts, which is probably why they're all the best unlockables of the entire game. This video game is like a hidden gem in the archives in the video game media, so it's pretty unlikely if this video game is going to get a remake like other video game remakes nowadays, like Spyro, Medieval, and Ape Escape. But does this video game still hold up, even to this day? I'm gonna say, yeah! Muppet Monster Adventure is a really enjoyable video game to play. True, the story is not as strong as other PlayStation 1 games, but thanks to the fun gameplay and some great production designs and music, it's a treasure worth keeping. If you're a huge Muppet fan, or you're into games similar to Spyro or Crash Bandicoot, then you'll have a blast with it. You won't be disappointed. I'm giving this video game a B+. So thank you everyone for joining me for this year's Cyber-Wonderland After Dark. I hope you enjoy my Halloween project, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe me for a new review and other project every week. I'm Mad Patrick, and I'll see you all very soon. Huh? What is it, Marvin?
Really? That's it? You're really gonna end this review just like that?
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got here at the end of this video.
This is your last Halloween theme review until next year. Surely you need to end this off with a huge finale or something.
You have a good point there. Wait a minute, I'm reviewing something related to the Muppet, so I'm gonna do it right. Stay put here. I will survive and downright thrive. If I am brave and strong, I just might stay alive. I will survive, won't take a dive, and be there now if I was good enough to drive. If danger's near, clear I will steer, before it's been said, ghouls can smell fear.
We're on our rounds, cruising the grounds. A ghoul has yours, you know he can't just sit around. Deep in the wood, up to no good. We will be far, though we know we should. Hey!
My energy is all but drained. At least it hasn't rained. A bit of rest should aid my quest.
Let us ease your pain, but first we'll let me frame. Hey!
Stay back! Get away! Happy Halloween, everyone! I will survive! I can't believe we survived that finale. Survive? He already killed us! Whoa! Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe me for a new review and other project every week. I'll see you soon.